Monica is too big and too grown to be acting like a child sometimes.
No comment. Hey,
I'm Tyler.
I'm Thaleisha, and welcome to the Binge Box, where we share our thoughts on TV shows, friendships, relationships, and everything in between.
Join us as we binge on all the good stuff life has to offer. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button. We're on our way to 50 subscribers. It's a big milestone for us. Woo! If you're one of our return viewers, we appreciate all the love and all the support. Mm-hmm. Please like the video. On today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Love is Blind, Season 7, Episode 7. Let's jump right into it.
So episode 7 starts off with each couple doing a selfie cam. Marissa and Ram, they're enjoying their vacation, talking about never wanting to leave each other. Tyler and Ashley also enjoying their vacation. They don't want to leave Mexico at all. Hannah and Nick, they talk about what they need to work on.
Is there anything you think we need to work on, or?
Sometimes I can be a little selfish, or some things I say I should probably think twice before I say it.
Yeah. I think I'm realizing I need to work on being less bitchy sometimes.
A little bitchy's good, but
yeah, but I can work on being kind sometimes. I think sometimes you just frustrate me.
Hannah be doing a lot. But I also feel like, Nick should probably work on watching what he says. I feel like a lot of his criticism to himself stems from stuff he's heard from Hannah. I feel like Hannah's stuff stems from what she thinks of herself.
Yeah.
But like she's probably told him watch what he say because of, I don't know if you remember with the whole, I wonder what all these beautiful ladies look like, or when he was Duckgate talking to the other lady, she probably mentioned that to him. And then him being selfish, I don't get the selfish part. But Hannah probably called him selfish so many times that now in his head he's just like, maybe I am selfish. I need to cut it out because that's not what my woman wants.
Yeah. We have Taylor and Garrett. It looks like they're getting ready to go out. He asked her if he should shave his beard. And she's like, yeah, I think you should. And then she's like, he does what I say. And he likes it. And it was a really cute moment. Like, oh, they're actually like getting along with each other. How cute. So yeah. Now everybody's going on their dates. Marissa and Ram go on a yacht. Of course, she loves boats.
She was in the Navy.
Yeah. Tim and Alex, they're debating if they want to go on their date, but they had planned to go to ATVing. Tyler and Ashley, they go camel riding. Hannah and Nick go bungee jumping, which is something I really want to do personally. Taylor and Garrett go glass blowing, also something I would really love to do. Really cute, fun dates. And Steven and Monica went to a Mexican restaurant. Probably the most lackluster date out of
Imagine going to a Mexican restaurant in Mexico. So they just went to a restaurant, technically.
Right.
So the only right Mexican restaurant, they went out to get some food real quick.
Around the corner.
they went to the corner store.
Monica mentions that like she has something bothering her, and she says like, you told me you would buy me flowers in the pods, and like you haven't done that at all. Gifts is like my third love language, and you're just not fulfilling that. It's very important for me for you to buy me flowers and do special things for me, get me gifts. And he's just like, that's not really part of my upbringing. I never really had much growing up, and I do want to get you flowers, but in a more general sense, I'm not necessarily going to get you flowers, but I'm going to do nice things for you. I'm going to treat you here and there, and make you feel special when I can.
Yeah, she dragged it with that.
Mm-hmm.
He said he would get her flowers, and I feel like that's dudes be saying stuff like that. Mm-hmm. A lot of dudes don't be about it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of dudes be saying a lot of stuff.
Yeah, some people
and don't be about it, but give the man a chance.
Yeah,
y'all been together for like 5 days, 6 days max, and I'm not even talking about in person together. I'm talking about from when y'all started liking each other in the pods.
Yeah.
When did you expect him to get you flowers? Like you thought when they got off the Netflix plane,
literally,
he's supposed to be like,
fresh off the plane.
Production, give me 1 second. I gotta find a flower shop in Mexico to buy this girl flowers.
Yep.
Y'all are still on your honeymoon. What do you want from the man? At least give him a chance to get home. Forget he said he said he's gonna do it, and then you can come with his argument. Yeah, come back with his argument if he legit doesn't get you flowers for like a month or 2 months. But 2 days and he didn't get you flowers. What she expect?
She's just picking. So he says he's not even the type to like get Kate Spade, and she's like immediately no, Kate Spade, disgusting. She wants YSL. He's like, I don't even know what that is, ma'am. Why are you talking to me in French? Speak to me in English. She says she doesn't want to seem materialistic, but she just wants something special. She wants to feel important. He's done things for her, like writing poems and singing songs, but she needs more. She's used to living that material life, though, so that's as expected.
I hope Steven takes heed to all of that. Because she literally said, you sing to me, write poems to me, but I want physical stuff. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, like, of course, everybody needs, like, that could be your love language, but at the same time, too, calm down, Monica.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. You just met the man. What you want him to do?
That. He says he wants to do all these nice things for her. He just doesn't want to feel forced, which isn't reason. Like, yeah, nobody wants to feel like, oh, you told me to do this, so now I have to do this. Like, no, I want to get it out the kindness of my heart.
Yeah, because at that point, you don't feel genuine anymore. Because if you say you want flowers today and I bring you flowers later, you're going to be like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
It got to be like, oh my God, for me, it needs to be out of the blue where it's really genuine. Like, I was thinking about you today. If you go get it tomorrow, you wasn't thinking about her. Yeah. You just were thinking about the conversation you had last night.
Right. She ends up telling him, like, she feels like he's kind of second guessing the relationship. And he's like, you know, I'm not questioning this relationship. I'm not questioning you. I'm just questioning the experiment and the process of it all and deciding, like, you know, if this is the commitment that I want to make, this is a very tough decision. And I have to be very adamant about what I decide to do here. And she, like, tells him, like, you know, you were so sure in the pause, but it's confusing. He's, like, continuously telling her, like, bro, I'm not confused about you. Like, I want to marry you. I just don't know if I want to marry you right now, if I want to do this like this. But yeah, she ends up saying, like, all that matters is you and I. And I'm just like, okay.
This was manipulation. This is manipulation on her part. I feel like all of this was wrapped in for her to try to, like, fish at if he has doubts, which everyone does. You could be with somebody for 3-4 years. A couple days before your wedding, you start to be like, yo, what if this don't work out? And that's normal human stuff to start thinking about the negative. People are pessimistic in their head.
Right.
Give him a chance, though. Like, I keep saying this. Give him a chance, because, like, because he's scared. If you walk around, I think it's 6 couples. If she goes to every couple and asks them, are you scared? If they're being honest, they will also tell you, I'm having second doubts.
Yeah.
It's a common thread when you want to marry somebody that you met yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, let the man breathe.
So we cut to Alex and Tim on their date. They're crossing a bridge on their ATVs, and Tim kind of says it kind of symbolizes a new beginning for them. They're going to start anew, forget the argument, forget the situation. We're going to move past it and, like, figure this out. And then Alex asks him to, like, come back, and he agrees he will come back for their last night. And yeah, it seems like they're on the up and up now.
Yeah. Hopefully they really talked the situation through and really came to a common conclusion of it. And it's not one of those just, we got into a big fight, you almost left, but we're smiling now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Because it will happen again.
Yeah.
Especially because it seemed like an argument of something that was a natural instinct. Like, she came home, she didn't want to talk, and he forced her hand. That's something that it's a high potential to happen again. Yeah. Certain arguments you probably won't have again. Arguments over, like, words and stuff like that is something that could happen tomorrow. If she's calling him by his name, argument. If he tries to push too hard when she wants to just be alone time, that can happen again. So hopefully y'all able to understand each other better and be like, when she's like this, I need to do this. Yeah. He doesn't like this, she doesn't like this, and y'all able to really work together because y'all about to get married, potentially.
So after the dates, the couples get ready again and they all meet up for dinner. Immediately, the girls are like, Hannah, are you still teaching this man what to do, how to wipe his behind, like how to eat, how to sleep? And she's like, yeah, you know, I'm just so exhausted. But, yeah, they have a moment. They're all laughing. And it makes me question, like, what conversations they're having. Because we're not seeing everything.
Exactly.
But clearly, they're talking about Nick. They're talking crap. She's talking crap about Nick.
And that's a big red flag. The sanctity of a relationship should stay between y'all. My girl should never go bash me to the other girls. And of course, guys are going to have conversation with their guys. Girls are going to have conversation with their girls. Of course, you're going to say certain stuff. It could be something as small as, yo, my girl pissed me off. She mad annoying. Yeah. That's calm. That's basic. But the intricate details of, like, she don't do this, she don't do that. Now you start to let people wedge holes in your relationship. Yeah. Because now people are always going to have shit to say. Narratives. Exactly. And y'all should be a united front. This is your fiance. This is not even just like your little little girl on the side.
Yeah.
This is your fiance. This is a person you potentially about to get married to. Do you really want to have people thinking that your husband is a little kid?
Right.
Like, let's be real, Hannah. That's what you want to work on? Because at the end of the day, you the fool for dating a little kid.
Right.
For marrying a kid, actually. You the fool.
Well, she is the kid out of the group.
She's the fool in the
I feel
group,
like
too.
She's still just in that, like, young mindset of,
that
like,
gossip girl.
Yeah.
You want to just gossip and talk. Yeah.
We have Alex. She talks about, like, the fact that she realized, like, I don't even have this man's number. If he was to really leave, I would not be able to contact him because I don't even know his information. And it's crazy because it's like they're engaged to these people and they have no idea what their contact information is. Because
you don't get your phone back till you get back to the crib. Mm-hmm. So that is really crazy. I wonder, has there ever been a situation where it was like, they in Mexico, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. Mm-hmm. Somebody go sit somewhere else and you can't find it. Well, no, it's camera crews everywhere.
Somebody has that.
The camera's going to be like, she over there. Because no phone. I couldn't imagine if I go out with my partner and like, none of us have our phones. Yeah, like, especially like in New York, you get on the train and it's like, I stepped away for 1 second to grab a bev. Yeah. I might never see you again. Like, if I don't know where you live at or nothing, I just got to chalk it up to be like, yo, she's the one that got away. Like, right. So yeah, fireworks start bursting. Everybody's watching, having a really sweet moment, enjoying the fireworks. And when it's all said and done, Monica goes up to Steven and she sarcastically tells him, like, you're so romantic. Like, I love how you just had that moment with me or whatever. And he immediately feels bad because he's just like, bro, I didn't really know this was a moment for me to, like, be romantic and lovey-dovey with you. I was just talking to my bro. Monica gets irritated. She walks off. She's telling the girls about it. She mentions, like, she feels like he's scared of her. He comes, he's trying to check up on her, trying to make sure she's good, asking her, like, what's going on, if she wants to talk. She's not with it at all. And eventually he starts apologizing. He feels bad. He tells her, like, I was talking to Garrett. He was having a moment and I just needed to show up for him. He was scared. He was scared. One, because I don't get why she came in being sarcastic. One, I thought she was being serious at first. But, like, that was so romantic. I'm a firm believer in if you want something from your partner, just say that or just take action. Yeah. In that moment, like, a lot of the couples, the only two couples that weren't, like, booed up during the fireworks were Steven and Monica and Garrett and Taylor, which are fine. You had everyone else over there, like, holding each other, watching the fireworks. If Monica, you wanted to be involved in the boot up moment, walk over to your fiance, come over here for me a second. Garrett would have been like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Like, it's okay. But then to come and make it seem like he's in the wrong for that, when generally, sometimes we don't know certain things. You don't know, I don't know what you like. I don't know, you don't know what I like. Not everything. I don't know how you're going to handle random moments, especially what we're going to do when fireworks happen is not a conversation you're ever going to have with a partner. Yeah. Of course, now, next time he sees a firework, I guarantee he run and throw her on his shoulder. But it's just like, she could have just said, yo, let's do that. Yeah. And now he's scared for his life because he over there groveling.
Of course.
Are we okay? Are we okay? You can ask it one time because sometimes people need reassurance and check-ins. But to ask 4 times is like, nah, you're scared. He's bringing her bevs. His hand is shaking like this. Do you want this? And she's like, she don't really want it. Like, I don't but I'm going to drink it.
Because he brought it for me.
Yeah. Just like, that's not good. No bueno.
All right. So, Steven sits down and he starts telling them, like, the process of this experiment, going through having women watching us, seeing all these cameras coming up to us. Now they're going on social media, is about to, like, message or whatever. Like, they're in the process of being more exposed and they're trying to figure out how are they going to deal with all this newfound attention. And it kind of alludes to the fact that this is obviously Garrett's issue and that's what they were sitting down talking about. He says he understands, like, there's certain different dynamics that might have happened between him and his relationship, but he's never questioned being with Monica at all. And I'm just like, you're doing all of this in front of this man's fiance for why?
Dry snitching.
Y'all were having a private conversation, and now here we are telling his fiance he's looking at other women. He's worried about the other women.
Dry snitching. If you've watched any of our podcasts, we had an episode called Girl Code and Guy Code, and that's a number one rule for Girl Code and Guy Code. The conversation that you have with your gender, you don't go snitch on nobody, especially because he want to go sit and tell Taylor all of this stuff. Like, imagine Garrett pulled you to the side, said, yo, I'm feeling XYZ. And then you want to go tell his fiance to cover your ass to make yourself look good now? So Taylor could go say, Monica, I'm worried about my man, but your man is good? Right. Like, come on, bro. I lost so much respect for Steven in that moment. I'm about to take away his 3% black card.
Not 3%. Yeah. After that, everyone goes back to their room. They're all talking. Alex is talking with Tim, telling him, like, listen, I'm not the type to cook, so do not expect me to be cooking and cleaning for you, sir. And he's like, you know what? It's fine. You don't have to worry about that. I got a surprise for you when we get back. And she's like, I don't believe this man. I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't believe you got any surprise for me. We're just going to look past that. We go to Monica and Steven's room. Steven's trying to pack up. He's like, you know, I have all this stuff all over the place. We're about to leave tomorrow. I need to get this stuff situated. Monica's like, no, forget all that stuff. Come and cuddle with me right now. I need cuddles so I can sleep. And immediately he's like, okay. Puts all his stuff away. Even though he really wanted to clean up, puts all his stuff away. He's like, yeah, let me get in the bed.
He's in grovel mode. Mm-hmm. When you're in grovel mode, you go against all your morals and everything you want to do to appease your woman. Mm-hmm. And it's not healthy at all. And as long as he's doing this, Monica is going to milk it and take advantage of him. Mm-hmm. Because Steven seemed very particular. Like, when he was folding his clothes, he was like buttoning one button specifically, folding it. She was like, yo, are you always this particular? Yeah. It was like, okay, that's him. Accept it. Yeah. Cool. If he's doing that, why are you going to stop him? Mm-hmm. I get it. Some couples, you can't sleep without having a partner next to you. Then go help him. Mm-hmm. Why are you going to tell him, come cuddle me, wait till I fall asleep, then go back and finish folding your clothes while he's half tired now?
At least wait. Because, I mean, it's but only so many clothes.
It was crazy.
Like, fold. Like, you could wait a little 15 minutes or whatever for him to finish folding his shirts.
Monica is too big and too grown to be acting like a child sometimes.
No comment. So then we have Taylor and Garrett. She's telling him, like, how much she appreciates him for moving at her pace. Tells him how much she loves him. They start talking about family and, like, what's going to happen on the outside, what they expect. And she's just like, listen, man, if you're not feeling me, just tell me right now. I need to know right now before we get back home what is in your mind. And he's like, you know, like, I'm here with you. Like, we're in this experiment. We're enjoying it. I'm here.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. A good communication between them.
Yeah. So, next day, everybody flies out. They're all back to DC. And we immediately start with Hannah and Nick. And she's already, like, on his back. Like, bro, you not doing nothing without me telling you. I don't want to have to keep asking you to do stuff. I want you to take care of what you need to do. And these are the duties that I expect you to take care of. And it was more so like what I want you to do versus like what we should do together. Like,
yeah, she gave him a chores list.
Yeah.
Like she his mama.
Monica and Steven get to their place and Steven's enjoying the view. He's like, wow, this looks like a home I seen on Instagram. Like, this is amazing. And immediately, Monica's like, where's my flowers, nigga? Like, I still don't see no flowers. She's stressing this man out, but hey.
She's stressing this man out. She's stressing this man out over here. The Binge Box is going to send her some flowers to shut her up. Because we can't take it no more. We can't take it no more.
We go to Taylor and Garrett in their apartment. They start talking about social media. Obviously, they're able to open their social media accounts. They have their phones back. And Garrett's like preluding, like, listen, this is what I have on my socials. It's all fish. All I do is fish. That's the only thing I do with my life outside of work. And that's all you need to know. And then he starts showing her through his Instagram. And I'm just like, bro, you don't need to, like, she can scroll. She has fingers. Why are you trying to watch her? Because you want to manipulate the situation. Because you got something to hide.
No comment.
You got something to hide, but it's okay.
As a law-abiding man, I cannot comment on this scene.
Now this.
Can't give away the sauce.
Whatever. Alex and Tim are in their apartments, and he's just like, you know, I don't really like to cuddle. And she's like, but I love to cuddle. I hate it here. Why? She's exhausted with this man. It's always like little details like adding up to another take as to why this man is just a little bit annoying.
That's why they shouldn't probably be together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't align in certain ways, and I do wonder, especially something like this. Seems like Alex is big on physical touch. That's one of her love languages, and Tim maybe not so much.
Yeah,
and like either someone's gonna have to compromise, and in this situation, it probably should be Tim.
Yeah,
to compromise. Alex should compromise as well, but like he should be more compromising. Like, all right, I'm not gonna cuddle you all night long, but I'm giving you a little bit.
Yeah.
And Alex should be a little bit more compromisable as well, in the sense of like, all right, I don't need it all night, but I'm gonna take what I get from him. And it's like if he cuddles me for a little bit, I can accept that and take it and be like, all right, cool, we're good.
Right.
But I don't know about them. You already know how I feel about them.
Right. So we have Tyler and Ashley. They're getting ready for bed, and obviously they do their little nighttime ritual prayer before bed. And Tyler feels like he's about to get emotional because he's just so overwhelmed with happiness and joy and bliss because of their relationship.
Tyler's my guy, my namesake. But like, I don't know. In this moment watching it, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm really that emotional, bro. Like, he was like, I don't want to get emotional. To me, that's a little bit dramatic. I feel like it's a little theatrical. Because it was just like, one, I'm not in your head, but I feel like when people say I'm about to get emotional, I'll be believing you. Because if you're going to get emotional,
like, just
get emotional. Just let it out, bro. At the end of the day, she already knows you for who you are. She know you.
He's like, damn. He could be like, damn, like, I didn't been emotional this whole time. I don't want to be emotional right now. I don't want to show her that all the time.
I don't know. I feel like it was one of those where I know she likes it. I ain't going to give her too much. I'm going to give her a little tease. So she'll be like, oh, yeah, like, he's emotional. And now he don't got no more tears to cry. Also, he was so emotional. Just remember, he was so emotional in the pause, but she couldn't see him.
Right.
Now, I haven't saw one lick of tear from this man since they've been together. You thought about that? Since they've been together, I saw a tear. All I be hearing is, I don't want to get so emotional. Yeah. Is that emotion really there? Or is like,
He's trying to tuck it out. He don't want to see.
Now this.
Okay, so you have Ram and Marissa. They're in bed. They start talking about the wedding day. She says she feels like he's going to be a groomzilla. And he's like, yeah, you might just be right. Like, I am very particular, as we can see from how he dresses. Like, for sure. Yeah. She mentions wanting to have like a black wedding, which I thought was cool because I also want to have a black wedding. He's just like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure about that one.
I learned today what a black wedding was, because when they said she didn't want a black wedding, I assumed she didn't want no black people in the spot. I thought it was like a race type of thing. Because Marissa be sounding a little, So I thought she meant it like that, honestly. It's not until she started describing it with, everyone wears black and the bride and the groom wear white. And I was like, oh, that's what she means. So I learned something new today, guys. Yeah. Black wedding.
Then we have Garrett and Taylor now. They actually go up to Virginia to meet his family. They welcome her in, and immediately his mom was like, I'm really shocked that we're even here, that he's going through this experiment, because he's not the type to wear his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't share much, and I just really never expected him to be in a situation like this. And then his sister is just like, let's get straight to business. Where is your family at? Like, where they at? What's going on? And Taylor tells them, like, my family is really not into the, like, being on TV. They don't want their home to be exposed like that, which is understandable because a lot of people don't consider the fact that, like, yeah, they might have prepared for coming on this show, but their family and their friends haven't. And just having random people in your crib recording everything, like, invading your privacy, like, not everybody wants that. Not everybody is ready to do that at the drop of a dime.
Absolutely. Like, the people that sign up for the show, you're willfully signing up and you know what you're getting into with your family is collateral, honestly. So I felt that for sure, because I don't know how I would feel to be on camera, especially my crib. Yeah. Because you just know stuff happens in the crib. Something might not be up to par. Like, I couldn't imagine they recorded my crib and a mouse run by and I was on TV because TV's forever now. Yeah. Like, now they gonna know me as Tyler, the guy with the rat in his crib. They talking about go to Love Is Blind season 7, episode 12. Yeah. Like, timestamp. Timestamp 13. Yeah. I'm like, damn. Now I'm calling Netflix like, can you please just edit that?
Just cut that out, please.
Delete the episode. Like, now I gotta go break into Netflix headquarters.
Yeah, that's messed up. Then we go into Garrett kind of like bigging up Taylor. He's talking about all her accolades, how she's graduated from this place, she's done this, she's done that. Obviously, mom is impressed. She's like, wow, she's like very smart. And as we know, Taylor is a very smart girl. So yeah, that was really cute. He says, like, she was the only person that I really connected with in the pods. She had his heart out of his chest. Like, she was the one. out of everybody. So it really made sense. They align pretty well with everything. All their morals are on the same page. Their views of like kids and the future, all on the same page. So it really just made sense to stick with Taylor. And then his mom kind of gets emotional. She's just crying because she's like, we just can't anticipate how this experiment will go. It's such a fast thing that is just like, now we have to prepare for this. But she would love to welcome Taylor and like accept her as her daughter one day.
Yeah, that was sweet of the mom. Mm-hmm. And that was real. It was just like, yo, like, I don't know all about this loving marriage in 2 weeks. But like, if Garrett jacking it, I'm going to try my hardest to immerse myself and treat you like you're one of our own. So I can respect that.
She just wants to make sure basically like they're on the same page and that they're doing it all out of love.
Absolutely.
And of course, Taylor is very reassuring. The girl knows her way with words. Like, Facts. She's just like, listen, I know how this may look. It looks this way to my family as well. We both understand the reality of the matter. We're both here for the same reasons. And we're just going with the flow. We're taking things day by day. We're trying to figure it out as best as we can. And we both have good intentions, but like we also understand like this could not work out, but that's okay because they're both understanding of that. And then she drops this bar.
Decision for you is going to be the best decision for me and the best decision for us.
Bars.
Basically, essentially saying like whatever we decide to do is what's supposed to happen, and that's just what it's going to be.
And if one person don't want to be here, then none of us are going to be here because
Right. Nobody's going to force the relationship.
Yeah, no, that's a bar. I'm signing this up for Taylor's PR class next month.
I support the message. She ate with that one. Okay, so next up, we cut to Ram and Marissa now in their apartments. Ram is cooking dinner, and Marissa pulls up. She's like, hey, babe, do you want some help? And he's like, yeah, nah, I got it. Which I don't understand because it's like, girl, you don't even cook. How are you going to help him? But hey, he finishes up and then they decide to sit down, enjoy dinner together, and they just start talking. They're talking about what they expect for their wedding, like who they expect their religious officiant to be for the wedding. And Marissa's just like, I don't really care who it is. I just don't want it to be a cis hetero person. And Ram was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I don't mind that. He says he just kind of wants to make sure, like, his mom gets incorporated in her Christianity. And she's like, well, how do you expect us to do that? And he's like, it doesn't really matter. If we just do a prayer before, like, my mom should be fine. And I was just confused because I'm like, if you want to incorporate the Christianity in the wedding, it should be incorporated. Just saying, like, oh, we could just pray before is like, wouldn't you do that anyway if that's what...
And that's not incorporated into the wedding. That's just a quick little conversation in the back, which everyone has before the wedding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was foolishness.
Marissa says she grew up Mormon. She always imagined herself getting married in a Mormon temple, but as she's grown up, realizing that she was under white religious beliefs, she's not really into that. She still likes the Mormon people. She feels like they're the nicest people she's ever met, but that's not what she wants to incorporate in her wedding day. Ram says that he was in ministry. He knows how the church looks. He understands the beliefs. He believes in God, but he doesn't believe in fire and brimstone. He doesn't believe in the harsh punishment that might come, from certain sinners, presumably. He just feels like whenever he dies, like whatever's meant to be is going to be. If he's a good person, he doesn't have to worry about that. And then eventually they start talking about politics. Once again, they start talking about the military. Marissa mentions her beliefs in the patriarchy. Ram mentions joining the military seems like more of a decision. Like nobody was forced to do that. And of course, Marissa does not feel the same way. She's like, listen, kids sign up to be in the military all the time. People do it and not have the right information. Sometimes they do it just because of their circumstances. The necessities that they need in life are all taken care of by joining the military. And that's not something that people consider. They don't all just do it because they just want to unalive people or mistreat people or, raid people's homes and stuff like that. It's more so sometimes it's just circumstantial.
Yeah, I agree. To some people, it's a job at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. She went through school. You get health care. Like, all that type of stuff is important to some people, and you take care of your family.
Right.
So I do get that part of it, and I feel like, but that's where they clash, because she's just like, nah, you wanted to do it, meaning you wanted to go do madness. You wanted to go drop bombs on them. Like, it's like, I don't know about all that, but.
And I can't say that I believe that that's like her initial reaction, but I do feel like over time, being that she's been there so long, 7 years is a long time, like, yeah, you probably do believe in some of that.
Yeah, some of it.
Okay with some of that.
Yeah.
The people that you've dated, you know, reflect that, you know, you do kind of believe in the patriarchy, even though you're trying to convince us that you don't. And I'm just like, is it for show or is it for real? Like, do you really feel this way, or are you just trying to put on an image for the viewers?
But I mean, when you're on the front lines, you get a different viewpoint. So it could just be she was in it, so she's able to see it. Because she also did mention how she was like, it was certain stuff that she was like, if they asked me to do it, I don't think I could do it. I never asked her to do it, but she said if they did, she wouldn't.
But she still supports them.
Yeah, I mean, she gets it though. You know, when you experience something, she was in the trenches, so she's like, nah, if whoever's in the trenches, it's not about the whole system, it's more about the people. And that's what she did mention. We're just like, it's not really about, and you hear it from people all the time that been on teams or whatever, or been in the army. It's just like, they don't really care about the whole thing, but it's just like, yo, the brothers that are in the war with you, those are real life people, and I know what they have to go through. So it's not really America. It's just about, yo, those guys. That's why people say support the troops. They don't really say support the military. Yeah. Because troops are actually the people. Yeah. So it's just like, I've been through it. I know the hell they have to go through. So I'm supporting that. And I can understand that part because it's real life people.
Got it. She says, like, throughout the conversation, she starts to feel like she's being judged a little bit. She doesn't want to feel like a hypocrite because obviously that's what she signed up to do. But that's just not what she believes. She supports the troops, of course. And she doesn't regret her decision being in the military, but that's just not who she is. They both agree, like, you know, if this would have been 2 years ago when you were still in the forces, like, this relationship definitely wouldn't have worked out. And I'm just like, that's a clear telltale sign that y'all really don't need to be together. But hey, to each his own.
She should have stuck with Bowden. Bowden did the whole military stuff, and it's not. He don't really jack the patriarchy, just like you. You had that in common, which is a real core of what y'all were. Exactly. We were annoyed that's all y'all talked about, but I mean,
but it made sense because y'all both enjoyed it, and that was a lot of y'all lives to, you know, share together. But she kind of.
But I feel like she heard military and ran away because of her past experiences instead of really listening and understanding that he's not like the rest. But that's on her. Right. But I do feel like this is something that's going to come up again with them because this is so important. Yeah. Because eventually one day, if she wants to support the troops financially, and they marry, it's like, you're not using my bread for that foolishness. Or they have a child or whatever. She's going to really teach them that. And it's going to be an issue.
Yep. But we'll see.
Hopefully, we shall see.
I don't even know. I don't know. I'll come back to that, though.
Because he's avoidant and she's adamant about it, but...
Right. She says she can't handle Rand being ashamed of her in her military service, obviously. And he just ends it off with, like, not agreeing. Their political views are completely different. He's not feeling the whole situation, and it just ends on a cliffhanger.
I wish some luck. I think this is real deal breakery to me.
It is.
And I think y'all should really have a real conversation. Yep. This should have been a deal breaker in the pods. Yeah. That should have never made it out. Been talked about that. But, you know, people do foolishness, so it is
what it is.
Exactly.
So that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And what else they gotta do?
In the comments below, drop your thoughts on episode 7 and only episode 7. No spoilers, and all your thoughts on everything we had to say about it. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok at the Binge Box Pod, and we'll catch you in the next one. Happy binging!
Happy binging!